Yes, people, welcome back to another video on Orange 6 Football. This is the Game Week 6 review, and before I add the guests, you know how it is, you know how we do it. We are sponsored by ASA Kits. You can get 10% discount by using code Orange 6 Football at asakits.co.uk. Get your new tracksuits, kits, whatever with ASA Kits. But, however, this stream was meant to be at 8 p.m., but because someone overslept, they had to be moved to 9 p.m. So apologies about that. Let me just add the guests. Elliot, how you doing?
Yes, I'm still suffering from that game yesterday, but you know what? I'll get over it soon. Move on to Europa League, and yeah, let's go.
Let me just quickly just run through the comments, just in case I don't be rude. Ryan, good to see you. Cool. Yeah, Ben, stream starts at 9 now. Okay. Yeah, nah, I'm all good, man. I'm all good. Maybe it's no, I'm all good. Mate, I was set, man. That's my fault. Okay, good night to see some good positivity in the comment. That's good. Next guest is Marnie. How you doing, Marnie?
I was on mute, and now I'm not. I'm good, thanks, Horace. Thanks a lot for having me, and good to see you looking better. I think that nap did you good.
Few extra minutes.
Oh, how you doing, Joe?
Yo, still got a headache after all the VAR controversy, but you know, I'm back here.
Big up, podcast. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's a shame that he's with Chelsea news, but yeah, let's go through the results on. Hang on, another comment. Big up Ryan. Big up Arsenal panel here. Big up yourself, man.
Big up.
All right, let's go through the comment. No, not comments from the game. Sorry. Everton 0, Liverpool 0, and honestly, what the heck is wrong with Liverpool? Elliot, let's start with you, man. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, shocking for Liverpool, really. I mean, it's Everton. Come on, everyone.
Everton should have won, you know. Everton should have won. If it wasn't for Morphy,
they should have won, really. But
if it wasn't for if Morphy had his correct boots on and correct finishing, he would have scored that goal. But yeah, man. Honestly, I don't think Liverpool will make top 4, man. I mean, serious. Yeah. Way things are moving now, I can't see why. How they make it. Sorry. Virgil can get away with Liverpool have been, yeah, man. But Elliot, man, is there any players that you haven't been impressed with in the Liverpool squad? Because obviously we get Van Dijk in the comments.
Well, Van Dijk, not great start from the season. Well, all the players really. I mean, even Nunes. You know, I know he's only started, but I know he probably will improve throughout the season. But I can't see him getting more than like 15 goals a season. I feel like it won't be a great first season for him, but who knows? Could be proven wrong. But you just think Liverpool, they're such a good team. Surely they're going to bounce back at some point, but they might not. They might stay like this for the whole season. I hope they do because it's funny, but I just don't know.
Ryan, let me just write to that because he has a monitor, mate. So, yeah, that's why it's coming in the working. Marnie, man, I'll come to you. Your thoughts on Liverpool, and why do you think they've been terrible this season? Is it club system? Is that 7th season record thing that he has? Or what do you think?
No. Here's the thing. Like, the biggest issue with Liverpool's team is that they've got a bunch of players who need to be replaced, who are getting on a little bit, and they haven't replaced the players who've already left adequately. It's bad enough that they lost Sadio Mane and they haven't been able to replace his ability and experience, but to be stuck with James Milner and Jordan Henderson, who have both been fine servants to the club and to England, but who are clearly getting on a bit. It just reeks of negligence from Jurgen Klopp, and I'm gobsmacked that a person of his ingenuity and his efficiency would even, overlook that. It was quite clear when Liverpool played Manchester United, and I think you can testify to that, Oris, that both of those two clearly looked out of it. They'd clearly seen better days, and of course, Van Dijk didn't have that much of a good game either. But clearly, I just don't. Even with the new people coming in, the likes of Nunez and Diaz and so forth, they came in with a lot of promise, and I still do believe that it will only be a matter of time before they really start to turn it on and get that line going. The same line they had with Mane pretty much in the thick of it. Salah also might need to be given a little bit of a rest, maybe. Again, when you have a situation where you depend on most of the same regulars to do the business for you every time, you're asking for trouble. And just like Bukayo Saka with Arsenal, Mohamed Salah looks as
Yeah.
though he does need a bit of a rest.
Oh,
And
100%.
how coincidental is it that these two guys are both left-footed and play on the right wing? But let's also not forget that had it not been for a certain Jordan Pickford, Liverpool would very easily have scored 3 or 4 goals. In fact, both goalkeepers had fine games that day. So we can't really read too much into this, but knowing Klopp as well as I do, and I don't know him actually, he will look at the team and see what's going wrong and get everything right. And that's how he's been successful wherever he's managed, whether it's at Dortmund or at Liverpool. He will find a way. But it's a tough start. You've recovered from a tough start. I think Liverpool will too. And I still expect them to be challenging for the top 4. I don't think they will win the title now, but still, you never know what can happen. You just never know. There's nothing that can be predicted until we reach maybe the halfway stage, maybe January after the window, and then we'll see what happens.
100%. Ben says 26 skirmish at the hour. Yeah, let's subscribe to AFCB Fan TV, sorry, because I thought you were an Arsenal fan, but it's a B at the end.
Bournemouth.
Yeah, Bournemouth, yeah, I know. Because he's been on that thing, Rich stream.
Up the cherries, yeah, up the cherries.
Yeah, man. Joe, coming to you, why do you think Liverpool have been terrible this season?
I don't believe in any like the superstition stuff, like the 7th season. I don't believe in any of that. That's all like nonsense, in my opinion. Like, but I don't know. I think it's partly because there's different reasons. One of them's because they lost Mane, who's crucial. Another's because of injuries in the midfield, and the other is just players underperforming, like Van Dijk. I wouldn't say Trent. He's been okay. I don't know, but Carvalho and Elliott have looked good. To be fair, those 2 players have been good. But I need some little fans, including my brother, to calm down. I've seen them comparing Elliott and Carvalho to Saka and Smith Rowe. I've seen them. They're not as good as Saka and Smith Rowe. Like, they're not as good.
Traps is on smoke.
Yeah, the only reason. The only reason I'm crying is because Trapp said Edison's a rubbish goalkeeper. So
Edison. Wait,
Edison. He said Edison.
Wow.
He said he's awful. He doesn't rate him at all. I think he's second best keeper in the league. Like, Alisson's the best.
What you done to Joe?
No. Right, I'm not blaming yesterday on Arteta. We didn't play that bad. I know we lost 3-1, but it's weird to say, but we actually didn't play that bad. It could have.
We'll get to the game later.
Yeah. We're talking about Liverpool.
Traps is trying to do mind games. He's trying to do.
I'm not gonna lie. I forgot about the Liverpool game. I forgot we were talking about that. Right. I didn't actually watch it. I watched like the last 30 minutes because I was on the way back from my football game, but in the car. But,
yeah, I was at work, so I didn't see it.
Everton looked good, but I only watched the last 30 minutes. I got in the car as soon as the disallowed goal went in.
100%. Okay, just ignore him. Let's move because I do mind games. Bournemouth 3.
Oh my days.
Forest 2. I want to come to Elliot for this.
Obviously,
local lads.
Forest are they're not my local team yet, but next Friday they will be.
Just
when I move into Nottingham. Bournemouth is my dad's team, so he's happy, very happy. Forest, I think they just still got a bit a bit more to go for. Yeah, I know they've signed all those players, but that's all we've done really. Yes, they've probably improved the team quite a bit, but it's their first season and what was it? How long was it? 30 years?
23 years.
23 years. That's it. And it's a big thing. It's just they need a lot of time really to improve. I don't think they'll go down. I don't know. Yeah, shame about that game. Forest were 2-0 up, I'm pretty sure as well. So not sure what happened after they scored, but yeah.
Marnie, are you surprised by this result from Bournemouth, especially this at Scott Park? Anyway, are you surprised?
Very surprised, but at the same time, it just goes to show you never know what you can do after a 9-0 thrashing. Until you've been thrashed 9-0, that is. That's when you look inside yourselves and start to question yourselves and sort of decide, do you have what it takes to continue to fight? And I think the players managed by Gary O'Neill have shown that they are willing to fight to stay up. I still think they need to make a few signings. They still need to back up a few of these results. And I don't know if they will necessarily stay up because, again, there's going to be the issue of whether the club decides to have a new manager coming in. The odds-on favourite, of course, will be the former Burnley manager, Sean Dyche, although I think O'Neill should have the job for now, given how he stabilised the club, at least until January. And if he's able to keep them afloat by then, give him till the end of the season. It's as simple as that. What happened with Scott Parker was very, very unfortunate. And he was absolutely right, in my opinion, to call out the owners, because why should he have had to go on with that sort of rubbish when the owners have made it clear that they don't have the interest in signing the players to build a team that can stay in the Premiership, unlike, ironically, Forest, who signed close to a full 22-man squad, if you will. Basically 2 first 11s, Henderson and Hennessy being the keepers and a few others in between. So what happened with Park was very unfortunate. And after that, especially with the 9-0, it was wise not to hire a new manager and give Gary O'Neill his chance. And he deserves more time, obviously, to help the team to recover. And they've certainly shown some promise. I think Forest, for example, ever since that win against West Ham, they seem to have started to believe their own hype that because they've made these purchases and shown how serious they are, they have a divine right to expect points. And for them to lose that 2-goal lead to capitulate 3-2 is not something that Cooper will want to look back on with pride, especially following on the heels of that thrashing by Manchester City. So there is a lot of work that will have to be done. The defensive shape will need to be altered a bit. And, there is work to do for both teams, obviously. I still think Forest will stay up because I do like the way Cooper's gone about his business. And I still think that with more and more experience, he could possibly be a future England manager. In fact, he was, of course, as I've mentioned, I think on this stream or maybe another stream, the manager who won the Under-17 World Cup with England. So with more experience, he could possibly be considered a candidate for the senior job. But, that's some way away. And, Orest, I think I'd like to ask you, as a Manchester United fan, given the way Henderson had mouthed you off, how do you feel seeing him concede 9 goals in 2 games?
Interesting, man. Interesting. But listen, it is what it is. Henderson, for me, I've never rated Henderson for me. I don't rate the hype. I don't know if anyone here rates Henderson. Marley, do you rate him? Yeah, man. I think Henderson is just, like he's an average player at best, but he's the way Klopp, he just suits to the Klopp system. But I'm just gonna read comments from Traps. Please, just Joe, just don't take it seriously. Joe thinks Henderson's the second best in the league. He also believes that Arsenal. I don't think he's ever said that, but Joe, have you said that?
I think Ederson's the second best goalkeeper in the league. I don't think that's stupid to say, really.
Did you say you're gonna win the Europa League and buy Mbappe?
No, he's joking. This is UCL as well.
It says UCL as well. Like, yeah, of course we're going to win UCL.
Joel
because
lives in
it's definitely
Wonderland,
that
where
good.
Arsenal
lives
comes to
in
Old
Won-
Trafford and win. I never
Uh,
said we'd win either. Like this guy. Oh my god.
Bum Kyle Saka.
Yeah. Listen, Traps. Look, if you really want to try and wind him up, at least have the courage to come over here and do it. Okay. You
Yeah.
don't need to post
Exactly.
put these
Get
things
on
in the
it.
chat.
Get on
You
it.
don't need to
Oh.
you don't need to post these things in the chat and wind him up and make him angry. Okay. Enough's enough. Play fair. And to answer your question, Norris, decent keeper, but not quite as good as people will think he is. All of these young English keepers seem to be overhyped. Ramsdale, Pope, Pickford to some degree. It is what it is. I mean, he clearly has a lot to learn. He has a lot of work to do now. So just goes to show that a few games can always make a difference. Everyone was back at Manchester United was saying that maybe we should have kept Henderson and got rid of De Gea. How times have changed.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll get on to the next game
Wait,
now.
now, wait. I
So-
didn't talk about Forest.
Yeah, I thought that, but someone. Where
Yeah,
yeah. Hang on. Yep. Let me do
Yeah,
a
yeah,
rest. I've got it on control. But yes, say Joel, what are your thoughts on the
Alright.
Forest Bournemouth game?
I was watching. No, I wasn't watching it. I was on, Soccer Saturday. Soccer Saturday. I was watching it, and obviously they were 2-0 up at half time. So my dad thought, I'm gonna quick. My dad was like, he's a Forest fan, so he said he's gonna go take a nap quick. 'Cause he's tired. He thought it's probably game over. Like you never know, but it's probably game over. And then
Yeah.
I woke him up about 45 minutes, 40 minutes later. He was like, "What?" I said, "It's 3-2." He didn't believe me. Like, they actually lost 3-2 after being 2-0 up at half time. That's the biggest bottle job I've seen. Like against Bournemouth as well at home. Like you have to win that, especially when you're 2-0 up. You can't be conceding 3 goals at home to Bournemouth in one half. But, no, I think Dean Henderson's a good keeper. I think he's solid. I think that Forest back line, even my dad admits it, it is shocking. It's all mainly because of injuries, but it's shocking. Steve Cook and McKenna, they're dreadful players. They're not bad championship players, but they're not good enough for the Prem. They're so slow. Like, they're the slowest defenders I've ever seen. I think. But they're just getting teared apart each week, especially against City. Hallam was basically playing with um Joe Worrell when I went to the game. He just, he's stronger than him, faster than him. Like, I don't know. It's just Forest's defense is letting them down. I think their attack's pretty good. I rate their attack. It's just their defense that lets them down. I think. But I rate the keeper. The keeper's a good keeper. He's actually saved them. He won them. He basically won them the game against West Ham with that penalty save. He made loads of saves after that as well. But yeah, no, I rate Dean Henderson, but I don't rate the defense.
Yeah.
I'll let your thoughts on this game.
Yeah, so yeah, shocking from Forest. But yeah, like you said, Joe, I agree. I don't think Dean Henderson's a terrible goalkeeper. I'm not sure if United fans would take him back from the loan. Would you arrest? Would you say he could get back in the not in the starting lineup, but or is Dubravka taking his place as the second goalkeeper?
No, I mean, I'll call him back, and then maybe he can come try and fight for his first team spot. But I don't know, man. Honestly, we'll see how this season goes with Nottingham Forest. But yeah, man. Next game, Tottenham 2. I mean, no one's surprised, but Elliot.
Yeah, I thought Tottenham would win this game. Fulham still look really good though. They can't fault them. Especially getting a goal against Tottenham. They were close, but yeah, Tottenham always seem to get one in every time. Always seem to get that nice goal to win the game, and they've done it again. So fair play. But yeah, I haven't really seen the game, so but yeah.
Marnie, your thoughts?
As expected, I predicted a 3-1 win. So when Richarlison had his goal disallowed, there was a part of me that was thinking, dang you, VAR. And I think we're going to talk a little bit about VAR later on today. But once again, Tottenham are efficient. They know how to win pretty. They know how to win ugly. Fulham gave them a really good fight. And certainly with former Arsenal keeper Leno in their team, they look quite solid. He's certainly an upgrade in many ways over Marek Rodak. Sounds harsh given Rodak's role in both of their promotions to the Premiership, but sometimes you have to be a little bit ruthless and make those decisions. But I mean, certainly their back line looks quite good. I remember seeing them play twice this season. Didn't see this game though because I don't think I was able to see it live. But I mean, both teams certainly look quite good. Tottenham are definitely up there to challenge Arsenal and City for the league. In fact, Tottenham and City are the only teams that are unbeaten, albeit without a 100% record. So there's really nothing much to say about it. Ever since Conte came into the team, he's, whipped them into shape, and this season he's um, pretty much done his best to stamp his mark on on the team and what he wants from the team and what type of players he wants. So they're looking really good, and they could very well be snapping at the heels of us and Manchester City if we're not careful. So we need to watch our
100%.
backs.
Yeah, we really do. It's dangerous right now, But yeah, Joel, what do you think to the game then? Did you see it?
Did I see it? No, it was at 3 p.m. wasn't it? No, I didn't see it. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Fulham look good this season, man. Like, I know they lost to Arsenal and Tottenham in a row, but it's Arsenal and Tottenham. Like, you don't expect to be those teams at the moment. Like, if you're a team like Fulham, they'll definitely comfortably stay up. Like, 2-1 to Arsenal, and they were good, and 2-1 to Fulham, and I'm guessing they were quite good. Seeing people saying they were good. So I mean, they're not bad results. Like 2-1 away to Arsenal is not that bad if you're trying to stay up, and especially to Tottenham right now, holding off Kane and Son that much. So plus they've won quite a few games this season. I'm impressed with Fulham, but I'm also impressed with Tottenham. Like I think they'll finish third, and I back that. They haven't lost a game yet. I think they're good this season. I think they're better than Arsenal. I think they're better than Chelsea this season. I don't know. They just look strong with Conte, and they've got a good team as well now. So I think two good teams go up against each other, but obviously Tottenham they're just better than Fulham, aren't they? Just got more quality. Mitrovic though, he's class. He's straight in my fantasy team.
Yeah, another game, another goal for Mitrovic. He's
Yeah, he's a
definitely
baller.
improving massively in the Premier League. I know it's only been a few games, but wow, if he can keep it up, he might even be top scorer. But yeah, like Huddersfield Town fan is saying, they probably will now. They're looking quite good. So yeah, I think they can stay up now. I thought they were going to go down personally, but the start they've had, they're definitely showing that they can stay up this season.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I've got a comment there saying does everyone think Fulham will stay up?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Money, what about you?
Yeah, they're looking good. I mean, it's still early days. I remember saying that I thought Leeds would end up staying up after initially predicting that they would go down. So Fulham actually do look good, but we're going to see how well they perform against some of the bigger teams as well. I wonder if they will be able to contain Manchester City the way Aston Villa did, and we'll be talking about that game too. But they could stay up. I mean, if they have a couple of good performances in their next games, I might just change my prediction. The only problem is if I move Fulham up, who comes down? It could possibly be that Leicester might end up going down. Who knows?
That is very possible. But yeah, also Everton. I don't know if that was already part of your relegation teams, but I think
No,
Everton are not going to go down again.
I had them staying up by the skin of their teeth. I think
Yeah.
I like the job that Frank Lampard did, and obviously he's done a really good job now, and he's brought some fight back into the team. And I think after things ended sourly with Chelsea, he's proving his managerial chops with Everton. So I think he's never coming back to Stamford Bridge to manage the club ever again. But it's all for the best. Maybe it's a way of saying that if you've achieved a lot of success at one club as a player, don't even think of coming back there as a manager.
Yeah, 100%. We move on to the robbery. Chelsea 2, West Ham 1, and honestly, Mendy, man. Mendy. Mate. Absolute diver, but listen, that's Premier League officials for you. But Chelsea finally got 3 points. Well, they deserve 3 points. I'm not sure, but Elliot,
No.
what's your thoughts? And
Yeah.
did you also
They-
think that Mendy dived as well?
Yeah, they deserved the draw there, Chelsea. They got lucky with that VAR decision there, I think. But obviously they still played well. I had a decent game. Obviously they've played better. Same with West Ham as well. They were decent, but yeah, shocking really. I thought that should have been a draw. So, but VAR still inconsistent. Still an inconsistent system. They need to do something about it because yeah, it's just getting ridiculous now.
There was one of those, you made a mistake that you can't remember just yet. Calm down. It's only when I hit 1K, but yeah, you're all right now. You're all right. Marnie, your thoughts, and what's your thoughts on the VAR position?
Before I speak about VAR, let me just say right now that Edward Mendy is literally the living symbol of the decline of Chelsea as a team, because his own standards, from the highs of winning the Champions League and winning the African Cup of Nations with Senegal, have nosedived alarmingly. That it's really, it's not even funny at times. You, whether it was his performances in pre-season or the goals he started to give away, especially the one against Leeds, I think it's fair to say that his focus and attention have sort of dropped off really badly. Even for the first goal, I think he wasn't really his commanding self. I mean, seeing him in a heap on the floor was discomforting in a way. And of course, with the goal in the second goal in question, he did. I wouldn't say that was necessarily a mistake he made, because he had to make the save. The only problem was that the players, the Hammers were there at the right place and the right time to sort of take advantage of that loose ball and sort of score. And when I first saw that challenge, I thought to myself, Edward, why are you doing this? You're rolling around as if you've been practically shot. I mean, yes, Jared Bowen did possibly land with his foot on your rib cage, but was it that serious an injury that you maybe had to just roll around like that as if someone had actually bashed you over there? And a lot of people will say that it's a bit of a contact sport. I really didn't think the goal should have been disallowed unless it was a very serious injury. And seeing Mendy get up and walk, it was disgraceful. I would say, perhaps on the balance of things, that Tuchel deserved credit for bringing for making the substitutions he made. That is a lesson, Mikel Arteta, on how you make substitutions and how your substitutions can work for you. And the fact that Kai Havertz scored that winner, what proved to be the winner, I think that would certainly, send his confidence skyrocketing. Without his work permit being resolved, Zakaria will still not be able to play. And, Chelsea they do still have some problems, but I think on the balance of it, they probably deserve to win for the fact that they never stopped trying as hard as they did, even when they went 1-0 down. They always, I mean, they didn't go. I think that goal was disallowed. I don't know. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. No, they went behind, and they came back, and they showed that they wanted it more. So on the balance of it, they deserved it. But I think with regard to the VAR, I think Mendy needs to get all the criticism, because he pretty much, made it look even more serious than it was. And I actually think VAR was used very well, because with that technology, they're able to see where Bowen studs were able to land on Mendy, and maybe they concluded it was dangerous play. But we'll talk about that later. But Chelsea deserved their win on the balance of it, but Mendy really needs to pick up his game. Simple as that.
100%. Joe, let's see your thoughts.
Right, that Chelsea. Oh my dear, that's actually wrong. That Chelsea, no, that West Ham goal got disallowed. That is the worst VAR decision I've seen probably ever. That actually shocked me. Like when I saw it, that actually shocked me. I mean, Hanno in the group chat saying definitely a foul. No, it wasn't a foul. Oh, if it was the other way round, he'd be screaming at his TV. Like, that is ridiculous. There's no way you can think that's a foul. Like, no way. Like, Oh, I don't understand how. How can you give that?
Was he not posting the story to go out? And then now suddenly he's, to win.
Yeah, I remember he put on a story "too chill out?" question mark, but I edited it so I cropped it so it just said "too chill out." And he didn't like it, but
100%. And we move on to the next game. Brentford 5-2 leads. Ivan 20 hat trick. I mean, listen, I think United should sign him up next year, man. I really do think that. But Elliot, let's hear your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, Leeds have had a decent start to the season, and so have Brentford as well. And Brentford are clearly the better team. 5-2. Can't believe it's not even the only 5-2 this weekend. There's another game that was 5-2. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Brentford's
Brighton, yesterday.
right. Let's say, yeah, I know, yeah, but yeah, I mean, yeah, Tony's a great striker. Shame he's a bit of a diver as well, though, but who isn't these days? Maybe he does. I don't know. You can't say that based off one game, but he is a good striker. He's a good striker, but I don't know about the England call up though.
To be fair, Southgate anyways. But yeah, Marnie, let's hear your thoughts.
Really, nothing much more to say. Brentford look really frightening, and the way they demolished Manchester United and now Leeds and a few other teams, I actually fear for what will happen to us when they play us, either at their home ground or at the Emirates. It's like, they've just got everything going for them. They've got so much power and muscle in their midfield and in their front line. I think the only hope that teams will have to try and find them out would be to just nullify that threat and hit them on the counter. But they're looking really good, and Leeds are starting to fade away a little bit. So it just goes to show, that even in this early stage, teams are going to have some, moments where their form goes up and their form goes down. But Brentford are looking really, really good, quite frightening, and they could do a lot of damage. I certainly think that they could challenge for a top half finish this season. Maybe Europe might be a little bit too far, but who knows? Leicester never thought they would win the Premiership in 2016. Look what happened.
Yeah, man. But, Joe, your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, obviously Brentford look good this season. So they put their goal scoring as well. They put 4 past United, 5 past Leeds. They've scored. I just checked here. They scored. I got on Premier League app. They scored the second most amount of goals in the whole of the Prem. It goes City, and Brentford, Arsenal, and Liverpool, and then Spurs. But obviously Brentford, they look good this season going forward as well. Man, they do look good. I mean, I reckon they can definitely finish top half. I predicted them to finish 17th, but now I've changed since then. Yeah, changed, man.
Yeah. Well, are you guys taking Ivan Tony in your team then? No.
100%. You get.
Yeah.
It depends. Does he get in our team though? We only play one striker.
Well, he gets.
It'll be rotation. It'll be rotated.
Yeah, rotational.
Yeah.
It's good to come off the bench if you need a goal struggling.
But
I mean, if you come
much
to
better
us,
than much.
he's a starter for us. So
He's a better goal
Much
scorer
better
than Jesus, but he's not a better player.
He's much better than Eddie.
Marnie, are you taking Ivan Tony at Arsenal?
Oh, I would. Him over Eddie and Nketiah any day of the week and twice on a Sunday.
Facts.
Yeah, 100%.
I think he rotates, in Europa League Cups, 7 Prem games.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, we would take him. Add to the depth even more.
We should have got Mitrovic.
We need that depth.
Different topic.
I don't know. I don't think Mitrovic.
I don't think about Mitrovic because obviously Xhaka's thing. Obviously, Xhaka's Switzerland, and then he's got that Albanian dad with him. But they can still work together anyways. I'm not saying that.
No, don't worry, Joe. It's just don't worry.
It is politics, man. It's politics.
Yeah, political.
Their country's like.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm sure they wouldn't mind it. They're not like part of that, though, innit?
Right. Yeah. Move on. Hardwick's team finally got a win against Southampton. This is a good result, Southampton are a good team. Like
Mm.
beating Southampton ain't for everyone. Chelsea fans. Yeah, but listen, any of your thoughts?
Yeah, it's a good win for Wolves. Really, they have not had the best starts to the season. Same with Southampton. I mean, Southampton have been decent, I guess. But yeah, a good win for Wolves. I mean, not much really in this game. But yeah, Wolves are getting up there now. I thought Wolves would be top 10 this season. I still think they can. I just think again another slow start, but yeah, we'll see.
Marley, your thoughts? Are you surprised by Wolves with that win?
Well, they needed to have the win. I actually predicted that they would beat Southampton. What was my predicted score? Um, oh no, that was for that was for what happened last week's scores. But I did actually predict that they would beat Southampton 2-1 because they needed to respond after the draws against Newcastle and Bournemouth. Bournemouth in particular was a big disappointment for them, and they showed a lot more purpose, I think. So it was only a matter of time before they got the results. And Southampton, again, they're showing a lot of fight, but it is going to be a struggle for them. Simple as that.
And Joe, are you same thing to you? Are you surprised by this win?
Not really. I mean, two teams sort of on the same level, but I think some maybe Wolves are a bit better. I think I'm going to the predictions. I think I predicted. I think I predicted 0-0. Yeah, I thought I did. Yeah, 0-0. So it's just close. But yeah,
Yeah, man. But Wolves they need to step up, man. Honestly, need to step up.
Yeah.
They've got good players there, but I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with them. But Wolves is a good win for them, and then let's see if they can carry on with that momentum. Newcastle 0, Crystal Palace 0. Wow, I think this is a result that
Mm,
Palace fans will take because
yeah.
I was watching Rich streaming. He said that they didn't even play anything. So, yeah, any your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, well, see, both teams doing quite well this season so far, especially Palace. Considering you know, I, I don't think they'll do that well this season, but they've started off quite well, especially with good old Vieira as the manager. But yeah, I think it's not the best result for Newcastle. I think they could have easily got the win this game. I don't know if I predicted they would win. I probably did, and yeah, I'd say it's quite disappointing for Newcastle, but at the same time, both teams are doing pretty well. So yeah.
Yeah, Marley, are you like what's your thoughts on this game? Do you think that Newcastle should have won?
I think both teams, Oris, will have cancelled each other out. I think I remember predicting that they would draw. I think the biggest controversy, obviously, was the disallowed goal with the VAR. That is an example of how they got it completely wrong, in my opinion, because sometimes VAR is supposed to help the referees do their jobs. I don't know how they couldn't have picked up Joe Willock being pushed into the goalkeeper by, I think it was Mitchell from Crystal Palace.
Yeah,
It was Mitchell. So, yeah, sometimes when you use the VAR system, you got to make sure that every single angle is covered, and you've also got to make a judgment call as to whether or not intent may have been prevalent there. How they couldn't have seen that happen is really beyond me. I actually do like VAR. The only problem is it has to be used a lot more consistently. Again, this game was probably another game where two well drilled teams cancel each other out. Both teams still look fairly good, although Crystal Palace don't really have the results and the points to back up their performances.
yeah,
Both teams should they'll stay up definitely, and I don't think either of them will sadly end up getting a top half finish this season because we've seen with Crystal Palace as well as they do against some really big teams, they also can slip up against teams they're expected to beat. And there's still a few little chinks in the system which need to be ironed out, and Vieira is still more or less learning on the job. So, but at least unlike Arteta, he has a lot more experience, and he did some good things with Palace last season, taking them to an FA Cup semi-final, and obviously he's looked to strengthen the squad this season. They should be competing well. I don't know if they'll get a top half finish, but you never know. They could potentially have a cup run. We'll see what happens with them.
yeah. Obviously I get to draw. I mean, Crystal Palace, we've got the next, and that is away, so it's gonna be a hard match. But that preview should be this week with Rich. So yeah, Joe, do you think that Newcastle should have won this game?
Um, I didn't watch the game, but I just now because I haven't actually watched it back the VAR decision again. I didn't realize the player pushed him, but I don't know whether you guys feel the same, but I actually think it should have been a penalty, but I think it should have been a penalty because the keeper clattered him. I don't think the push was that strong. I don't think the push was the bad part. I think either way, the keeper has absolutely clattered into him, and he's sent him flying. It's penalty either way. I don't know how you can't see that's penalty. To be honest, that's the worst. That and the Chelsea one, and the United Arsenal one is some of the worst decisions I've ever seen. No, I'm joking. The Arsenal United one, I do think it wasn't a foul, but I don't think it was a bad decision. I don't think it was like shocking. I don't think it was a foul.
100%. But no, the Crystal Palace do look good, man. It's gonna be a tricky game when we play them, man. Honestly, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's move on to the next game. And again, another robbed game, man. I mean, Coutinho's goal should have stood, man. Honestly, I don't know how the hell that was offside, but Elliot, man, talk to me.
Yeah, so Villa should have won this game. It would have been brilliant, but unfortunately, VAR's been funny this weekend, But yeah, Villa obviously played really well. Not sure what happened to City, to be honest, but yeah, I hope to see obviously Man City go down even more, because we stay top of the league. Well, to be honest, this game was a draw, and this I hope to stay at the top, but. Yeah, I think Man City will obviously take us over at some point. It will happen, but yeah, Man City. It's funny to see them draw/lose, but yeah, Villa should definitely win this game.
Yeah, Money, you have the same thoughts as Elliot. Do you think Villa should have won as well?
Wouldn't necessarily say that Villa should have won it, but given how that goal was disallowed, it does look unfortunate. And let's get it very clear: VAR isn't at fault here. It was a flag-happy linesman who deserves the brickbats. So VAR, had they intervened, they would have gotten it spot on. But again, that's another, kerfluffle about the way the law is being applied and also how they're doing their jobs. It's the linesman who's completely at fault. Simple as that. And Villa actually they shocked me with the level of application they showed after they lost to Arsenal. There were a lot of not unjustified cries for Steven Gerrard to be sacked, and you could understand why because he didn't seem to be playing with a system in place, and it just didn't seem to be working out for him from 1 to 11. But this game, I think they showed a lot of application. The fact that they were able to nullify the threat of Haaland for the entire first half was outstanding. And I think after Matty Cash went down injured, I was fearing the worst. But, former England defender Ashley Young, World Cup star with England in 2018, he came on, used his experience brilliantly. That little run back to dispossess, I believe it was Kevin De Bruyne it was De Bruyne, I think. He dispossessed him expertly and then sent it all the way up the field for what could have potentially been a nice Villa attack. That was old school, proper defending at its finest. And I think that did a lot to galvanize the team. And it was wonderful to see Emi Martinez come up big with some really good saves. And I'm not blaming him at all for the goal because that cross from Kevin De Bruyne, he crossed it from the right, and it sort of the ball sort of deviated and spun while it was sort of in front of Martinez. So it's easy to say that Emi could have stayed at his goal line and waited for the ball to come to Haaland. Very easy to say, but again, depending on how the ball's flight would have gone, I mean, it's pretty clear that it had Haaland's name written all over it. And so sometimes in those two minds, you think you get the flight um, under control, but sometimes you don't. So that wasn't really his fault. But he responded well with three big saves, and he has been the only goalkeeper to have conceded less than two goals against Manchester City this season, and it
But-
meant that Haaland missed out on scoring 3 consecutive hat tricks. So that was a very encouraging result. The big test for them will be how they back this up against Leicester and Southampton, and I think they're playing Leeds. I'm not too sure, but
Yeah.
again, it's going to be up to them to decide to show whether or not this result will be the one which kickstarts their season, or it'll be just another false dawn. But they're not going to rest on their laurels. I don't think Gerrard and Gary McAllister will let that happen. And once again, City are just threatening. They're powerful. Not much to
All right,
say
man. We'll
about them.
beat them. We'll beat them. We'll beat them. Joe, your thoughts on this game? Do you think Villa
Um,
have been robbed as well?
oh yeah, they got robbed. That wasn't offside. Another example of where I actually I don't know if people don't like it. I know it's a risk of getting injured, but when they say they don't flag until after the play's broke down, I like that. I don't know if people don't like it. It helps in situations like this where it's genuinely not offside, and then you can go on and score like a normal game, and then if you need to go back to VAR, check it, or so and so. But it's ridiculous. That's not offside. It's a goal. You know, it does. It just goes to show teams, people. When we won 5 games in a row, that was impressive. But these teams aren't easy to beat. They're not. You don't just go to these teams and beat them easy and say comfortable. Like we beat Fulham, who drew to Liverpool. Beat Palace, who drew to Liverpool. Aston Villa drew to Man City. That these teams are hard to go to and beat because they don't give up. But yeah, no, I think they were robbed. They were robbed. Man City should have lost, but it doesn't really matter. They'll win the league.
Yeah, man. 100%. They'll probably win the league again.
Yeah.
But yeah, my thoughts. I don't know, man. Because Villa definitely got robbed, but that's VAR for you, man. The fact that I think there's a lineman fault. To be fair, I think Marnie touched on it. The lineman fault because he was the one that called it offside. So I just don't even know, man. But let's move on. Let's start with Marnie first because he was, defending Rodgers saying he shouldn't be sacked. Do you stick to that statement, Marnie?
Now, no. And I think I also want to give a huge shout out to Ryan from Huddersfield Fan TV because he's going through a very similar thing. Because here's the issue. Leicester are a team this season which have shown in the games they play that they do have some attacking ability. They've scored goals, and clearly their defense is a big worry. And the way they're sort of gelling together as a team is an issue. I think it's fair to say now that because they went in at half time at 2-2, yeah, 2-2. And so I would have thought that they would be able to take some strength from that and go on to maybe nick a point, perhaps even win. You never know. Stranger things have happened. But that 3-goal capitulation had as much to do with Brighton being magnificent as it did with Leicester simply choosing to give up the ghost. And that was completely unacceptable. The players obviously do have to take responsibility, but I do think it's fair to say that Rodgers has sort of lost his magic. Maybe he's done his dash, and maybe it is time for a little bit of a change. And we can talk a great deal about how luck has not been on their side, but another argument is that sometimes teams make their own luck. And Ryan, who should be in the chat, I just watched his video of his Huddersfield team losing to Blackpool in another game that was sort of dominated by a VAR controversy. This time, with the system completely failing to pick up the ball crossing the line, for Huddersfield to score what would have been a perfectly fine goal that would have been the difference between a draw and a defeat. But, they're going through a similar situation. They're in the relegation zone in the Championship. They've been unlucky, but they also haven't had results. And there's also been some talk about their manager, Danny Schofield, possibly being sacked. I actually believe that he should get at least 1 or 2 games against the likes of QPR, Wigan, and Cardiff to try and save his job and see how well he does. Because if you have that much bad luck, it's only a matter of time. In theory, at least I think, Ryan, that results could turn in your favor. But if by those 2 or 3 games you see there's nothing to be seen, then by all means you'll have to get rid of him. And I think it's now the same thing with Rodgers because that capitulation in the second half was just inexcusable. And
Yeah.
I think the writing will be on the wall.
Elliot, your thoughts on this Brighton game?
Yeah, obviously Brighton are a much better team than Leicester. Leicester have had a shocking start to the season, and I think Rodgers will be the next manager to get the sack. I believe maybe Gerrard, but I think after that City game, he might have saved himself quite.
Oh,
Oh,
you gone? Oh, there you go.
You're right, yeah. So yeah, Brighton. Yeah, great, great start to the season for Brighton, and yeah, I mean they could even won a 6-2. I'm pretty sure they had a goal disallowed, even a hat trick for McAllister, if I'm correct. But yeah, but
Joe.
McAllister had 2 goals.
Big up Brighton, man. They're good this year. They're
Yeah, big
Leicester.
up from what's his name, Luke, man. Luke, that Brighton fan, big up yourself. You'll probably love
Yeah,
it.
Brighton look good, man. They could get to half quite easily if they carry on like this.
Yeah.
Like honestly, that goal that got disallowed from McAllister, that's one of the best goals you'll see all season. That was actually. And then he scores a free kick as well. Like wow, that was brilliant. But yeah, shame it got disallowed, but didn't really need it, did they? 5-2, comfortable.
I think as Potter deserves more praise, because
Yeah.
I'm going to repeat myself every time, but they lost Basuma and they've lost Corona, and they're still getting results. So big up to him, big up to the Brighton team. And listen, Luke,
Big
if
up.
you want to give us Caicedo for free, that'll be nice. But yeah, cool, 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 cool,
I'm gonna
cool.
click on this one.
Yeah, Eddie, you turn off the camera because you know what? Yeah, Arsenal fans needed humbling. Not Marnie, but the Arsenal fan
I'm
base.
not humbled. I'm not humbled.
They needed humbling. But let me have my thoughts. Listen, good win. Ten Hag has proven himself why he's the best bold manager in the world. No, I'm joking. Um, obviously, no, Ten Hag, listen, it's a project. It's going to take time. He even said himself after the game, United needs to calm down. This is a process. Things, we will lose some games. We will win some games where we're not expected. So listen, good win. Big up to Rashford. Big up to McTominay. Back four was good. I had no problems with it. But Ericsson, oh my days, mate. It's the way that we got him in a free transfer as well, man. Honestly, he's unbelievable. Anthony on this debut, big up to him, man. We obviously seen people crying about his price tag. Big up lads on the stream. Just want to say, yeah, big up, man. Big up, Bobby, man. Big up. If you haven't already, subscribe to his channel. It's called. Hang on, Rashford just found it. Yeah, he is. But yeah, listen, Manchester United. We move on. We got Europa League on Thursday against Real Sociedad. Let's focus for this game.
Europa League.
Yeah,
I'm
you're on
joking.
that as well.
I'm joking.
Then we got Palace away. We need to focus on that. And then we got international break. Then we got City away. So we need to concentrate. Obviously, we can celebrate. I think Tanaka said we'll celebrate and then we'll focus straight away. So it's a good win, but let me get the Arsenal fans now. Elliot, I mean we had their thoughts yesterday, but what's your initial thoughts now?
Yeah, so it's still the same thing, still disappointed. We definitely played poor. I know people say Joel probably thinks we played well, but I don't know if he does, but I don't think we did, to be honest. Definitely our worst performance this season, even from the preseason games. You could say this is our worst game this season by far. But unfortunately, we knew it was going to come. I thought we were going to lose. I knew we were going to lose.
Wait, someone, you know.
I agree with James, man. I think it's gonna be a comfortable win. Like, there's no reason.
But yeah.
To be fair, that is a prediction, though, isn't it? Like,
I just had
prediction. It is prediction.
I did it yesterday. Today I had to do it. Well, you know what? Sorry, I'm just gonna get on to Marnie because I think Marnie has to say something for the utter to in sexuals. In it, Marnie.
No. Listen, I don't want to, provoke anyone or cause a controversy because, look, I did that on the stream yesterday, and that was always, filled with a lot of Arteta outers who share my opinion. But I'm just going to say something very briefly because I know that Joe will have to leave. I want to make sure he has a say. So, one point. We might have had more of the possession, but United had more shots on target. We did look good for a good stretch of the game and had some domination, but United outthought us, outcoached us. They won the bigger moments, and it was a well-deserved win. And for us, it's back to the drawing board. And thirdly, this is probably what Arteta deserves for his incompetence on deadline day, which ruined what would have been potentially a decent transfer window. And that's pretty much it. You're going to get a lot more thoughts from me in the coming streams, but that's all I want to say. And Joel, I want you to say what you want to say. Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, go on.
Yeah, I think. I mean, yeah, no, I didn't think we played well. I didn't think we played bad either. Like, it was sort of like, I know we lost 3-1.
I think for 20 minutes you dominated us.
Yeah,
Like I
it
said.
was spells, wasn't it?
Mm.
Spells of good play. Like,
Yeah.
if we make that count, like that foul on Marlene, I'm not going to say anything wrong. I'm just going to say that decision gets given the other way and it's 1-0. Nah, nothing anything I'm saying. Say that decision gets given our way and it's 1-0. It's a completely different game. It could have gone a different way, you know. Even when it was 1-1, like those 3 subs sort of killed us because he left us vulnerable. And then you just the one pass, bam, you're in behind and you scored.
I did warn
Easy.
people that if you're going to play Ben right back, it's dodgy because obviously we're going to have Rashford, Sancho. We're going to have skillful players, you know. So Ben White
Yeah.
at right back.
Ben White.
Arteta and Edu, especially Edu. Edu's got to go. We didn't sign anyone. I mean, we didn't sign anyone.
Listen,
We're
I
going
get your
for
frustration, mate.
Douglas.
We didn't. Listen,
How?
we
How
didn't
did
sign a
we sign
striker.
anyone?
We didn't sign a right back, but
He's not as bad as us. We needed it. We needed a midfielder. And we needed a right back as well. We needed a. I don't get.
But
Someone
yeah,
else who's
obviously,
average, and
who's
Ben
your
White's
next
crap.
game in the Premier League? Who's your next
Everton
game?
at home.
Everton.
So that should
Everton.
not jinx it, but that's as easy as you're gonna get. So if we don't win that, then
If we
That-
don't
that's-
win that, it's just embarrassing.
If
Yeah.
you draw that
Yeah.
game,
that's as
Even
easy
yeah,
as it
it
gets.
has to be a win. It
It
has to
doesn't
be a
get much
win.
easier than that, does it?
Has to be a win.
yeah, and Elliot's moving out, so he better get the 3 points for him. But listen, I just think that Arsenal just move on because obviously Old Trafford we win, and then we all know what happens there. So just
Yeah.
move on. It was only one game. Let's just move on. Just clear out your head. Everton.
Yeah. Move.
Look out for the Everton game. Try and get the 3 points. Same thing with United, man. Let's not over celebrate here. We've still got games to play. Ten Hag, he's proving himself, but let's just take it game by game for United fans.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts really. But
Yeah, obviously there's a lot of banter, but at the end of the day, it's just
I think
another game, innit?
we have there's definitely things to improve for us and for you guys. But
Yeah,
I think Ten Hag does.
we need to improve our ruthlessness against the top 6 teams. We got to be beating. We got to be going away to the big 6 and beating them. We never do that, and we still aren't. At home, it's fine. We normally beat them at home.
Chelsea
yeah.
can beat.
We beat Chelsea at home. We beat Tottenham at home. We beat United, Tottenham, and Chelsea at home every year. We always do bad away.
Liverpool, Man City, we never beat, and Man United.
I think the real test is for us to try and get something like that Emirates now. If that's, I know, it's probably unlikely, but if we get something, then maybe there's a change.
I reckon a draw could definitely happen.
I mean, to be fair, at home we even looked a better team.
I went last season, mate. I went there. My cousins.
Oh yeah, I was at that game as well.
My cousin said to me, "All right, you know what? Let's go to this game." And you know what? Son man said, "All right, let's go." And then it was 3-1, and then I just thing is, I looked at Rednick, I looked at coach staff, and then we had Ted Lasso, that bold guy, the coach staff. He was wearing his AirPods. Darren Fletcher was shouting from the touchline. I don't know what he was doing there. And then we just got Langer trying to do skills, and then
I do say it. It's not even biased because it's our way as well. When it's at the Emirates, we'll get more of the 50-50 decisions from the refs, and it's the same at Old Trafford.
No, but
You
listen,
get a 50-50 decision at your own ground, and it's going your way. I'm sorry, if it's 50-50 at your own ground, they're giving it.
Marnie says one more thing, that was a foul, and Ericsson, Odegaard can have no complaints.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
It's 50-50, but at the same time, like, VAR intervenes.
Listen, a Premier League expert, so there's a foul. So let's move on.
I don't know,
It was a
man.
foul. It was a foul. VAR was correct. Unfortunately, we have to move on now. We have to move on.
But I just
We're
wish
gonna
him in because that Martin.
You wrap it up here. Obviously, 1 hour
Yeah.
mark is about to hit. So let's shout out people where people can find you. So Elliot, where can people find you?
Yes, you can follow my Instagram, which is at @DGCreaty_, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is DGCreaty. Still on the road to 200 subscribers on that channel, but yeah, sure we'll hit soon.
Joe, is that I mean, you don't have a YouTube channel, but
Yeah,
Instagram.
just have joel.d07 on Instagram, is it, really?
Same thing for you, man. You don't have a YouTube channel, but if you want to shout out your Twitter or Instagram, feel free. You're you're me. Can't hear you.
Can't
Fell
let
asleep.
money.
I can't believe I saw that. But...
Manny, do you want to shout out your channels? Your
Yeah, I don't have a
social
channel.
media?
Yeah, I don't have a channel of my own, but I am active on social media. You can catch me on Twitter at Thungatheray1981. That's my surname and my year of birth. You'll find me there engaging in healthy discussions with fellow
Oh,
Arsenal
healthy.
fans and
How healthy am I? How healthy?
and a few other football fans as well. I also talk politics and a few other things.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you want to find me on Instagram, it's Manny Thungatheray 1981. That's my full name and my year of birth. And you can also find me on several channels on YouTube, like Del Boy Gunner TV, S Wheatley TV, a few appearances on Hanno's Coach Corner, the Football for Thought podcast on NS Sports.
Yeah, by the way, that's tomorrow,
And
you know.
also,
Yeah.
and also, lest I forget, Oris Talks Football. Thanks a lot for having me, and
up.
always happy to come over here,
Big up.
say what I want to say, let the chips fall where they may, and
Big up,
with
man.
that, I bid you good day.
Big up, man. Big up,
Yes.
big up.
Yeah,
for
big up,
joining.
everyone. Bye.
But guys, we're gonna end here. Make sure to smash the likes. Obviously, I'm happy with the subscribers now 300 now because YouTube took them, so now we've got 300. So big up.
Yeah, just one small shout out. September is, of course, Suicide Prevention Month, so please reach out to any and all of your friends and loved ones who you think may be suffering or going through a bit of a difficult time. Suicide is never an option. We need to uplift one another. We're all important in this world and in each other's lives. Let's take care of one another, yeah?
Big up for introducing that, man. Yeah, you heard what Marnie says, guys. Even like, I'm gonna add up to what he says. Even if you're not feeling all right or what, just speak to one another. Like, obviously we've got social media now, so if you're feeling down, message someone. Don't be afraid to do so. But yeah, guys, smash the likes. Next stream will be probably Thursday or Friday. So tune in. I'm not sure when because honestly,
We're still on Friday because Thursday's Europa League, isn't it?
yeah, Friday.
I can't watch Arsenal in Europa League. I'm at football training. But
Friday,
let me
yeah,
know.
Friday, guys. Friday. We're not sure of the time, but just tune in on Friday. Big up Marnie, Elliot, and Joe for joining. We'll
Big
see you
up.
next time. Goodbye.
Bye.